Welcome everyone to our new episode for Grandmaster Secrets. Have you ever looked at the position and thought, that's it, my opponent is worse, or he doesn't have any attack left, or he don't have any good moves left, but then suddenly our opponent is finding a very strong move, changing everything, a move that nobody was looking at. So it's not a sacrifice, it's not a brilliant combination, it's just a hidden resource. So this is one of the biggest differences between the strong players and the masters. So what we are going to do, we are going to see here some examples like how to fix this issue for ourselves. So masters don't give up positions quickly. They keep asking, what am I missing? Like, this is one of the biggest questions. If you answer this question correctly, you will fix the issue. So I'm going to share with you some of my own games with the range rating of 1600 to 2000, 2100 rating players. I played with them, and I'm going to show you some important moments of the games, so you will be able to find these positions. And if you were able to solve these positions, don't worry, so you can be the best in this particular part. Okay, let's see our first example. Our example is starting from this position, and actually it's one of the tough ones. Here in this position I was playing with white. So the position, like 2 moves earlier, it happened like this. I have a very strong attack in the position, so I just captured the pawn on e6. We just came to this position. So according to general considerations, I can just see that my position is little, as a development, it's very bad because I didn't develop any pieces. So I saw that knight f7 check is not working here, because if I do knight f7 check, I cannot take the rook because my queen is hanging. He can go to e8, and then there will be no move for me. Or I calculated like this line. I can go knight f7 check, king e8. I can capture this. So after capturing the rook, I'm materially up. But look at this position. Is this the position that I want to come to this position or no? I didn't like this position at all, because I saw none of my pieces are in the game. So I saw this is not a good way to just come up here. For example, black can play rook g8, or somehow he can develop the bishop from a6 or g4. My king is totally weak here, and I don't know how I'm going to bring my pieces out, like bishop on c1, rook on h1. So what happened in the game? Instead of this, I was trying to fix this issue, like simplifying the position after king d8, like finding a good move. Then I came to the conclusion, so maybe this position I can take the c6 pawn immediately. So it's looking nice. I can take the rook, and but still, okay, black can give up the material. If he's a good player, he can take the knight, and after taking the rook, he can take the f4. Look at to this position again. We are materially up, but the threats are coming, very dangerous threats, like bishop h4 check, rook g8, bishop g4 again if it's not pinned. Of course, these are not the threats that we can handle them easily. So what I saw, I said it's not the case also. I have to find something. Then I find out a very important idea here. I saw, what if, okay, I cannot do this, I cannot do all this. I have to find something else. The move that going to change the whole evaluation. Imagine if I cannot find this move, I will be like the other players, just saying that, oh, I'm lost, I'm dead, I don't have any move left, so I will lose this position quickly. I will not find any move, then I will convince myself I have to choose either knight f7 check or just taking the c6 pawn, and that's it. Because anyway, I cannot take the queen takes e4 pawn. Look at my calculation, how it is going on. I cannot take the e4 pawn. If I take the e4 pawn, he is just simply taking my knight, and I will be piece down. Then Suddenly, by calculating all these lines in my head, then I find out that, oh, look at this queen's position. This queen is located very well. When I'm taking the e4 pawn, it's not coming with a threat because it's already protected by the c5 pawn. What if I play an intermediate move and make a counter-attacking move to his queen, where he can move his queen? Okay, if any square he go, because this queen has a job here. For example, when I'm doing knight f7 check, I have knight d6 check. But who is defending this? Of course, the queen. So of course, this queen is doing a very important job. Then the idea came to my mind. c3. Instead of moving my queen, I said, okay, I will go to this position. So I calculated this line. If he captures my knight here, I have two options to do, or either capture this bishop or capture this bishop. But I wanted to capture this bishop, so to close the like the e file also. For example, if you capture, I will capture, and then I will capture this. So the two pawns are hanging. If you capture this, I can capture also this pawn. So makes a sense. Now there is at least no pressure. If I don't have any advantage in the position also, I can say, okay, this position is normal one. I can just play this position. Nothing else is in the position. Okay. So what happened here? After c3, the opponent played queen d3. Just immediately after my move, he made a big mistake. Now my move is coming simply. Queen takes d4 with a like direct threat to the opponent queen. So he cannot just handle this attack. He has to answer it. So like it's coming a very, very difficult position for him. So after taking, now just look at to the material now. I'm here 2 pawns up, but slowly I have to improve. I did it in a very good way, like putting my pawns on the light square. Castle I cannot do, so I need to search for exchange policy, and then slowly I improved my position and won the game. That's it. Okay, so this was the first example. Let's go for the second example. Second example is coming very interesting. I will go little quickly. This position happened in like one of the games. So the opponent here played interesting knight d4. So what I have to do, you can just pause the video. You can just try to find the hidden resources for yourself. If you were able to find it, very good. You are the best. So just try to find here what I can just start for calculating. Seems that this knight is attacking the c2 pawn and the queen and this knight on e2. Of course, I need to do something. I cannot ignore this threat. I have to take it. So like he will start taking back with the pawn. Then I have to move my knight. Where I move the knight, then he can take the, for example, let's go. I will take, he will take, I will move the knight. He can take my bishop also, pawn take. So we can reach this position, then he can put his knight on d7, later on knight e5, or just castling, or maybe queen e7 and castle queenside. So everything can goes well for him. But what happened here? Instead of again, like falling for the opponent's like calculation traps, I said, okay, what I can do here, I have to take it first. Okay, still in this forcing sequence also, I was searching for hidden resources. So I said, take. Am I forced to move my knight? Can I do something better? Can I find any other move in the position? This is how the grandmasters thinking in their games. They will never react automatically to the moves, to the threats. So in this position, of course, it's a simple one. I know you found the move. I thought that, what if I play bishop g5 here? It's a brilliant move. So here I'm attacking the knight, and if I take it, I'm attacking the rook and queen also. And look what's happened in the game. He took the knight, I took the knight, and he took the b2 pawn. This is also another important moment for our game. If I want to take the rook, okay, he will take, it's looking like a normal one. But some positions don't think about taking. Some positions, quiet moves are the key for the position. So what happened here? I said, oh, wait a moment. What if I just play rook b1 here? Okay, there is no threat of promotion. My rook is like in a good position. But what you want to do now? Your rook and queen is hanging. How are you going to survive here? And this is now all over. So, like the game came like this, and then I took the rook, and the game finished immediately. Okay, let's go for the new example. This is another idea, like another game, like actually happened in our games. Look at the position. Like black played b6. It's a very, very important move. Sometimes in the positions, you have to be patient to use the most of it. Like, I mean, the weaknesses of the opponent's position. Opponent played b6. I know that very well. These squares are completely weakened. But okay, I wanted to really to play bishop b5, but I saw that, okay, he can come back bishop d7, then I'm not going to achieve anything in the position. But I thought that, okay, what if I don't care about this and I'm just telling to my opponent, like psychologically, I'm not seeing the threat, I'm not seeing the danger in your position, so I'm just continuing the position normally. I'm not care about anything. I will just play knight d2. So this is the waiting idea. Wait for the correct moment. When it comes, you will be able to crush the opponent. And then what happened? The opponent, without knowing anything, he just played the move e6. And now this is your chance, of course. So when I saw this move, still, I saw one important thing. If I go here now, okay, he will play queen d7, queen a4, he can go rook a8. Rook c8, sorry. So what if I'm going to do there? Still, I don't see anything. I need more pieces. Little patient. I played knight f3. When he played bishop d6, looking like a normal developing move, like you have an eye to the weakness, but you are waiting for the correct moment. Now, okay, my idea is completely working. Bishop to b5, rook c8, queen a4, queen c7. I want to play knight e5. This bishop is not allowing me. So just take, knight e5, resign. This is all simple, like sequence of moves. You have to see some hidden resources are coming into your position. If you just follow them like carefully, for sure you will be able to find it. Okay, let's go for the new position. This position happened from a Sicilian defense. I saw our opponent is doing very well here. Again, this is about the finding a counter-attacking moves. Okay, opponent is trying to play d5, and somehow if he can get this f5 square, some traps like this can happen. What I saw, I usually know one idea. When the bishop is there on d4, we can just go for e5 plan and try to limit this bishop here. So my plan is so simple, knight e4 and c3 to trap this. Opponent played a good move here. Actually playing a d6, it's a very good move here. So what happened? Maybe instead of this, he should have tried something more like engine move like c4, opening a diagonal for bishop, but it's very difficult finding this moves for the like 16 to 2200 rating players. But what happened after d6? I tried to complete my idea with playing knight e4, and now, so the opponent just tried to take the knight and pawn take, and now he is just taking the pawn on e5. You see, all of the players, they are making the same mistake. They are making the same mistake that I'm all the time telling to you. I will capture, he will capture, I will capture. I will capture, he will capture, I will capture. This is not correct. So all the time you have to see, am I missing something? Is there anything that I didn't saw in the position? So now this is white's chance. So instead of just taking this automatic recaptures, I will play c3 here and attacking the opponent bishop. But actually, I saw this idea when I played e5. This is very important, guys. don't think that you will come here and you have to find it here. You have to see this idea before. Okay, now after c3, what he has to do? So bishop is trapped. Of course, he will play this. Now it's my chance. I have normal moves like bishop c2 also. Like if you move the bishop, then I can take on e5, or even maybe I can go for attack. But I choose the easier setup after taking this. If you take my bishop here, so after f takes e5, I saw this position is fantastic. What he can do here? Nothing. I have very powerful dark square bishop with the ideas just coming, and I don't know how he wants to defend here. Okay, let's quickly go to the next position. This position is also very, very nice game, like actually it happened. Sometimes you have a lot of resources in your position and you are just getting confused by which line is correct to play. So here white has a very important idea, knight g6 check, and king is coming up. I calculated this line like simply I can go any discovered check here, or I can take the rook. But remember, all the time in the positions, this kind of positions, try to keep your threats hidden for the opponent, or try to build your attack as a way your all pieces coming to attack, not just gaining a material and that's it, finish. I know that we can take the rook and win the game easily, but which one is coming more painful to the opponent to defend? So I saw, instead of just doing all these things, just capture the simple pawn. Keep your threats alive. And now what opponent wants to do? Look at this position. Maybe if you have captured the rook, he had some moves to defend. But now after playing this move, he is facing a very bad position. And imagine, in the one move, he just resigned. He played knight f6 and knight e5 check, checkmate. This is the difficulty is like the opponents are facing, like when the so many threats are coming to them. So we have to be patient and find the best moves according to the position. Now let's go for the final position of our today's lesson. This is very funny and very interesting. This position, I'm a pawn down. Actually, opponent played very good game. He just get a material advantage here, pawn up. Black is pawn up. I wanted to calculate. I didn't understand the last move a6, but anyway, I wanted to take this bishop and just bring this knight to f6 square. I said this is my only chance. But I saw I cannot play knight here. Okay, he can defend it like as a so many ways. And I saw I didn't like this f5 plan for black coming. I mean, if he be able to play f5 and e5, I will never be able to do anything. So I try to calculate. So this should be my move, like queen f6 check. So king g8. Now I have to be little fast. If I don't be little, okay, my pawn is hanging. If I waste any time for defending this pawn, opponent will build his position and then I will not have anything to do. So what I try to do here, I said, okay, I have to be fast. Knight e4. I'm just going forward. I want to bring my queen back and then just go for knight f6. Without knowing the threat, because now I cannot go knight f6, of course. So opponent is thinking like I'm not in a position to do that. He thought that he can just take this pawn on c2. Maybe the calculations are going like this. I will bring the queen back. He can play f5. And if I do check, he can take, and he can take. Usually the opponents are starting to calculate like a forcing lines. And of course, I told you, they are missing the most important, like simple hidden resources, like a quiet moves, like a defensive move, like improving moves, like a counter-attacking moves, or any idea is completely hidden and they are not calculating deeply. So what happened in this position? Instead of just entering in this line, I saw, oh, I have a very nice quiet move again in this position. I can play queen c3, making this knight f6 check is coming, and now this knight is hanging. And if you play f5 in the position, I can take the c5 pawn with a threat to the queen, and now I'm capturing your c2 knight. So one simple quiet move, changing the whole table. Okay, What we learned today, okay, of course, we came to the final phase of our lesson today. What we learned today there are hidden resources. They are looking very spectacular, and they are often quiet moves, defensive moves, improving moves, counter-attacking moves, or some hidden resources. You have to see them deeply. So before you conclude that a position is bad or like you don't have anything, just ask yourself, what am I missing? Then ask again and again, because sometimes the move that saves the game, like usually, is the move nobody is looking at. It's maybe a strange move, maybe a like unexpected resources. We have to see like that. And now, so I want you to tell me which example of like today lesson like surprised you the most, and which resource, just write me in the comments, or which resource would you have missed in a real game, or let me know in the comments like if you just coming into this kind of positions, how you will just react in this kind of positions. So if you enjoyed our this episode of Grandmaster Secrets, subscribe, because next time we are going to dive into the another idea that separates the strong club players from the masters. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.